Ainesh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good. Progress today slightly earlier, yeah? Did your mom ask you to commit?
Yeah.
Most excellent, right? Our target is by 8:30, your video and your everything is ready. Please set them up.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, my phone doesn't have much battery right now. Can you give me like 5 minutes or so? I'll charge. Actually, no, I don't have it.
Right.
No.
You can put it in and charge it, something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put that in. I need some time to set that up.
Mhm. In the meantime, today Kyoko is not coming, so it's like tomorrow. Then we'll continue the integration differentiation future topics. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. So today we are free to do other things. Probably should be chemistry again.
Alright. What about
So
physics? What are we gonna do about physics?
I don't know. Splitting, maybe chemistry. We finish reactivity series. Maybe then we do physics. Maybe. I mean, we are more than halfway through the gigantic 90 page slides, right?
Yeah.
So maybe when we finish that, then you and your mom both say that you guys should be trying for tuition in India, right? So subject to connection, right? You'll be arriving this Friday, I believe, at India.
Well, I think so. I don't know the dates, but I'll be taking off and
Right.
landing on the 9th. So I won't be able to do tuition on Friday.
No,
There is no tuition.
no. There is no tuition on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting for your updates from you or your mom. So no, I mean, just do your testing and just settle down first, okay? I have one question. It's a timing issue. So at India, your city, what's the time difference?
It's 2.5 hours behind.
Let me think. What does that mean? It means that, let's say here is 8:30. Let's say, right? We start at 8:30. There it is 6.
Yeah.
So if let's say we stick to Singapore time, then I'm asking you to do tuition at 6 India time, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Just to make it easy, what city? India, I understand is very big.
Calcutta.
Calcutta, right? So will you be around Calcutta or you'll be traveling?
There will be 1 week where I won't be doing tuition because I'll be traveling.
Yeah,
But
that makes a
usually
lot
I'll
of
be
sense.
inside the house.
Calcutta, in your house. Wonderful. So your mom and yourself do your best, and then if there is no change, we will meet each other at 6 p.m. Calcutta.
Yeah, and I will end tuition at
1.5 hours
7:30.
as per usual. Yeah, 7:30. Right. So
yeah, but we have to keep in mind that the Wi-Fi over there is terrible.
We will do our best. That means maybe no video, but Jamboard and audio. We'll start humbly lah. We'll start like that.
Yeah.
Still should work lah. So when I say open your slide, then I won't be asking you to share screen. I'll just you open, and we just look at the same thing from different place. Just do that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So again, your video and 6 years.
Yeah.
So let me just update.
Also about the payment thing, have you taken down, because I didn't take down, so did you take down these?
I have, and I will be sending to your mom tomorrow. Yeah, this has been delayed for too long, I understand, and I will settle it tomorrow finally lah. Right. So thanks for asking.
Yeah, no problem. Is there different rates for maths and science, or is it just the same rate?
No, that's just the same. What is different is when you're solo or not solo. That's the difference. But any subject, it doesn't matter because we keep mixing subject anyway, so it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah. There is no difference in subject. There is difference in whether you're solo or group. Right? That I'll just put.
All right. So today is solo, for example.
Yeah, which is more intense, and I guess that's it's a good variation, right? In groups, things are a bit different. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So,
yeah, playing in the video.
Yeah.
Also for the outdoor activity. I injured myself.
Physically, you mean? What was happening?
Yeah, so pretty much I was going to the gym with my friend, and then because I was lifting weights, and then the next day I strained my arm,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I still hurting.
You over. So
Yeah,
I guess that's an experience. Please be careful for the sake of your body. Of course, your body is
because I don't usually go, so
correct.
I overexert.
Take it easy lah next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Physically, please try running. If if it helps you to sleep, then try that. Right. For now.
Oh, yeah.
You probably won't be able to exert your wait. What kind of injury are we talking about here?
Pretty much I don't know because I don't usually suffer injuries from the gym, but my elbow I can't really stretch it.
Oh dear. Right then.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So pretty much I just can't do anything with my arm.
Which elbow are we talking about?
On my right elbow.
So that means you cannot write too much.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
But it's okay. It's not that bad. Like I can write.
Lean on the careful side. So don't over exert lah, even when writing it. So for example, if today there's a serious writing involved, as in a lot of sentence, I'll be asking you to use the voice typing instead, for example, right? So it's a good time to just use that, right?
It's all right because I had this injury even on our last tuition session. I just didn't tell you because there were people in the session. So it didn't happen me that much. So
right. Take care of yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, I see the video. So it's 8:42. Start up your tablet. Everything. This should be automatic, right? And then your laptop and everything. And then we'll continue with the slides. And I'm looking for your homework, right? Your chemistry homework.
let me.
Right. Okay. So show me your chemistry homework, Sam.
Also, there was the homework was about blast furnaces, right?
I'm sorry. Yes, blast furnace.
Yeah, I couldn't really find that many.
Right. Show me what you can first, and then we'll go through the paper again. Right.
All right, I'll put it in the Jamboard.
All right. So what are you putting? Because I'm expecting a question and answer.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find the question because I didn't copy it down. I just did it straight from the paper.
Oh, right.
think I did 1 or 2. But they were on MCQ. You told me not to do MCQ, but I looked through MCQ and I think I found some.
Yeah. So when I say no MCQ, mean I want you to do the longer question.
Yeah, except there were none of the longer questions.
No, not accepted. Right. Okay.
No, there were some. There were 1 or 2. I'm just trying to find the question. I did do some last questions. Okay, this is primary school. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it. Oh my God. I have no idea where. I don't know where it went. I thought I did it on 2019 paper, but I can't find it.
Just put in your working and then we'll go through and find questions. Come, just put in your working.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah, you putting it in?
No, of course I did. Wasn't it? Oh, this is.
Okay. We're going to come share your screen. We'll go to the paper. Come. We shouldn't waste time, especially in a solo. It's a very bad thing. Huh? So share your screen. Go to paper. And then we'll organize ourselves better next time. Huh?
Yes.
This is what I mean by organizing. Okay. Okay. So okay. So okay. Let's start from the earliest paper first. Let's just go because I just want to make sure that there isn't, because I'm pretty sure there is. We shouldn't be conflicted here, right? Okay. So go to the latest paper. I'm sorry, latest paper. Sorry, paper 2, please. We're ignoring MCQ. Right. This is year 2021. Wonderful. So scroll, and then when I say stop, stop. Right. Okay.
There were no diagrams of last one.
Yeah, scroll. That's as I said a base, right? No, not this one. Scroll. Right. Metals. No, that's not. So this is after electrolysis. This is redox, probably. Scroll. Electrolysis again. Big stuff.
A lot
right?
of electrolysis.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I find it very unbalanced the way your school does it. So a bit weird.
Yeah.
So go up. No, not this one. That's burning of metal. Oh, not this one. Go. What is this? No, no, this is organic chem. So good up. Still organic chem. So a lot of organic chem. Maybe we should just jump to that. And there's it. That's it. No more.
Yeah, that's it.
That's just so annoying, right? Okay, so 2021, right? So 2020. Okay, so going up. Okay, scroll. Okay, not good. No. Shells. Not this, no. No, not this. Whoa, you have this really. That's surprising to me. Go. All right, what is this? No. There's acid and base. Yeah, quantitative, right? So go. Iron. No, that's redox. Go. No. What is this? No, it is not. Go. Electrolysis. No. Go. Yeah. No. Not even this. This is electrolysis, even though it's metal, right? Go.
So much electrolysis. You see the word everywhere.
Yeah. I want to tissue electrolysis and organic chem. Now I'm burning to just go there, right? Burning. Go. Just go. Go. Just organic chem again. Okay. So we're currently assuming that COVID impacted everything. So we go to 2019 to test that theory. 2019 from above. Okay, good. Okay. No, that's chromatography. Right? No, go. That's oxides. So must be acid and base. Go. No, that is kind of like reactivity series, but not blast furnace lah. Because magnesium and dilute hydrochloric acid is a reaction that you just learned, right? In metal lah, right? So this is not blast furnace, but this is at least metal. Now, am I making any sense or not? If you don't, am I not making any sense? Then tell me.
I haven't read the question. I can read it so that you.
It's a mixture. Yeah, this cannot even be said.
What was the question?
Yeah, so it end up being a speed of reaction. I mean, this curve is always a speed of reaction topic. So it just use the metal topic. Okay, I'm gonna skip forward first. Okay, come, skip forward. Go, skip. No, not this. Skip. Also no organic chem. Skip. Oxide, iron, chlorine, but this is more towards redox. So it is metal by redox. Skip. No, this is electrolysis. Skip. Okay, no, this is organic chem. Skip. Organic chem. Skip.
Wow, okay.
Well, right. So currently, you're right. There is no blast furnace here. All right. Let's go to 2018, 2017, and if there isn't, then we're just going to forget about it, right? 2018. Yeah. No. Okay. That's carbonate, so metal, right? Metal, which we did this question before, but not blast furnace. Let's go. OChem, nothing. Let's go. No, electrolysis. Let's go. The reverse electrolysis. Let's go. That's redox, right? Let's go. That is That is metal, so iron and everything, but not blast furnace. Let's go. OCHEM, as you might now tell, the moment we see this, that's OCHEM, whatever that is. Let's go. Polymerization is OCHEM. Let's go. This is not that acid and base. Let's go.
And done.
Yeah, I'm almost convinced right now. Right, let's go to 2017, and if there is a, then we're gonna forget about it. Right, blast furnace is so practical, and they decided not to test it, and that's up to them lah.
But they were in the MCQ quite a bit. Remember when we were entry MCQ, there's a lot of class.
True, and that's fair. That's fair. Go down, down, down you go, down. Thing. No. Let's go.
Is it this? I think.
No, those are metals, and that's more like a redox kind of thing. So metal clearly is here. Metal is clearly but not blast furnace. So let's go.
I remember 2017 had some questions that I thought were related, but
let's hope we find it, right? So, but not this, like no graphs in, this is electrolysis again. No, this is OCHEM. No, it's an OCHEM thing. No, it's not blast furnace. It's OCHEM. Organic chemistry. Okay.
But okay, makes sense.
Right. The drawing just simply tells us, right? So it's a visual thing. Hopefully that's good for you. Okay, still okay. You can click it. I think the blue will disappear or something like that. No.
It doesn't matter. I guess.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. That's OCHEM. Let's go. Okay, OCHEM. This is not. That's also OCHEM. There's a lot of OCHEM here. So, wow. Okay. Right. I'm convinced. Right. So. Which MCQ do you think exists? Let's just, pay some cursory attention to MCQ, and then let's just discuss about it so that we don't feel like what we're learning is a waste of time. It's not just a curiosity, right?
Should we just skip to 2019? Because it's likely to be in 2019.
Let's go. MCQ. I mean, even you spotting a question is already a good thing at this stage, right?
I'll try spotting it first, and if I miss anything, just
yeah. Okay, go around to the middle, right? Remember, in MCQ, topics are in order. So
yeah, that's why I went to the middle already. So it's after this, right?
Should be around here. Yeah, this metal, right? So you know that metal. Then maybe there will be a blast furnace soon, maybe.
Yeah.
Redox is usually metal. Electrolysis already, right?
So we skipped it, right?
Ozone. Wow. I mean, calcium carbonate metal, right? Electrolysis. Wow. We are now at electrolysis. This guy doesn't even have blast furnace. Wow. Then there's OCHEM radio.
Yeah.
That's so terrible. What's going on here?
And let's try checking. This didn't have code.
Let's ask your teacher, when you go back, is this going to be in your year 4 exam or not?
Oh, look at this. This actually just tells us what's on it.
Okay. They give you topics. I mean, that means it's not going to happen. Right?
Oh, sorry. That's sorry.
There you go. Right. Okay. So let's do one more. This one. If not, then we'll just let it be for now.
Yeah.
Right? We'll take life disappointment for a while. We'll take it. That's metal, right? That's oxide, right? Still metal, metal, and now it's electrolysis. This kind of thing is electrolysis. It's very easy to see. What is this?
I don't know what that is.
Unfortunately, not.
Because this looks a lot like the questions, but then you got this word, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I mean, you suspected something reasonable, but you're right. It's not. This is not. Okay, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on, and let's go back to the slides. At this point, I'm very tempted to just skip the whole thing already. After that, that's electrolysis. After that, that's electrolysis.
I know what this was.
That one is maybe for you something of a comfort thing. So because periodic table is mostly memorization, hopefully that's comforting to you. I won't be teaching you that too much.
That word.
That word. Good news, this is not complicated at all. It's not. Right. I usually put more attention to the complicated stuff, right? The ones that you cannot memorize. Okay, come, let's go back to metal, and I'll make a decision whether to skip or not. This is very annoying.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time on this and it's not stressful.
It gives you confidence, but recycling.
I mean, it's probably tested in SA1. So, I mean, we could have probably looked through SA1 papers, but.
Nah, let's go. I'm being very practical right now. Rusting, I'm also very surprised that even rusting is not being talked about. I'm very surprised. Why? Rusting is so practical. Why don't we talk about things like this? Well, I don't see this at all in the paper 2. And I don't see much in MCQ. Use of steel, so this is the continuation. So as of now, Ainesh, I propose we take a calculated risk. I propose that we do not continue this intuition. You will just follow your school teacher because your class seems to be okay, right? The chemistry class is kind of okay for you.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'll have a new math teacher for next year. So
the good one changed. They changed and then they change again.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a surprise again.
Yeah.
I certainly hope, because they will feel this, I hope they will change for somebody even better in general, because you're former, right? And I hope that you and him or her can have a good relationship. Right? That's my hope for you.
Yeah. My chem and physics issue remains.
So back to the calculated risk. Do you understand what I'm proposing?
We go electrolysis.
Yeah. So for the metal one, it is calculated because the hardest part is that. And then the rest is, I think, much easier to understand. Now, electrolysis is harder to understand. So we'll be going a little bit slow at the start. Okay?
Right. Well, can I go get some water before you start?
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, right. Okay. So we will start electrolysis, but not by not looking at your slides. Let's look at the Jamboard immediately. Right. Okay. So yeah, the INH3 one, right? The INH3, right? So you can keep sharing your screen. That's fine. Let's go to page 7. Okay. You sound fresh. I will need your mind to be fresh today, right? Electrolysis is harder. The hardest topic in chemistry, I believe. However, the fruits are at least clear, right? From our survey. OChem, by comparison, is slightly easier if you follow my method, and a lot more marks, and even better investment, right? So if possible, we'll invest in these 2 topics, and then your chemistry is kind of a pass, and then how we can improve from there. That's our goal, right? Any questions? Right. Okay.
No.
So this topic covers 2 things, right? This topic covers 2 things, and I will introduce to you immediately those 2 things. When I say 2 things, this is exactly like differentiation and integration. They introduce integration much later. I introduced integration at the start because it is a reverse of each other. So when in this chapter we say there's electrolysis, there is reverse electrolysis. Simple, eh? There is reverse electrolysis. They don't call it reverse electrolysis. They call it basically like a battery, basically. And when I say a battery. And when I say a battery, I mean a battery in what you understand as a battery. When you hold a battery in your hand, right? You don't hold battery too much nowadays. Your battery is inside your phone. You don't get to hold your phone's battery. But you still remember that there are small batteries, AAA batteries, right? For use in remote controller. You still know those kind of batteries, right?
Yeah.
So, no, I'm serious. I'm asking this as a practical question. Have you?
Yeah, my controller uses batteries. I don't know which ones.
Right. So when I say battery, I mean those batteries, really those batteries. Now, electrolysis, for lack of better example, this is where you are recharging your battery. So when we recharge our battery, our phone battery, right? They are not behaving like a battery. They are behaving like the exact opposite of a battery. So one more time. Huh? This battery you see here, the one I draw, you cannot recharge those things in general, correct?
I mean, mine I can recharge.
That's a special battery that you can recharge, okay?
Okay.
In general, the ones you buy at the store, they don't say it's rechargeable unless they specifically say so, right?
Okay.
So to put it in the simplest manner, electrolysis is actually, for example, recharging a battery, right? They take many different forms, but that's what we're aiming for. Now, let's talk about this in the usage level. So battery, what do you expect out of a battery? Let's be very clear.
Energy?
Absolutely correct and yet lacking. What kind of energy?
Potential.
You nonsense. That's not what you expect from a battery. I'm very sure that's not what you expect of a battery giving you. You expect battery to give you what?
I mean, electrical energy.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Even though it's a small type of electrical energy, not like the one you find in the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint one kills you, right? The battery won't kill you. But that's what you still expect of a battery. You expect electrical energy, right? I'm gonna make it sound more layman, right? Layman. In the end, we're just students, but we're still layman. Right? So electrical energy means you got current flow. Current flow. When I say current flowing, does this still sound very technical to you?
I mean, it's technical if I was in step one.
You're okay with that? Electrical energy, current flowing. That's what you expect out of a battery.
Yeah.
All right. So this is his output that you expect. Okay. Now, I'll call it input. So in that sense, what does battery need so that he can give you the output you want? What does a battery need in order to do its job? Think about it carefully.
A circuit?
No. A battery completes a circuit. Inside a battery, you can pretend that there's no circuit because there isn't. Inside a battery is very simple one. There is no fancy circuit inside. There is fancy circuit outside of modern battery to prevent overcharging. That's outside the battery, so to speak. One more time. When a battery runs out, he does not run out of electrical energy. No. He runs out of something that he used to produce electrical energy. Does this make some sense? A battery does not start with electrical energy. A battery produces electrical energy.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But what does the battery have inside him to produce electrical energy? What is it?
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said?
One more time, huh?
Yeah.
If you can accept that a battery does not store electrical energy, but a battery produces electrical energy. If you can accept that, that means you must say, okay, but that means inside the battery, there is no electrical energy. It's some other form of energy.
Yeah, wait.
Used up.
I thought it stores electrical energy. I'm going to assume it doesn't. But...
Wrong. You're a chemistry student now. And then I have to say, no, you're a chemistry student. No. It stores, technical name, chemical energy, which is not electrical energy. It is not. The proof is very simple. For example, your phone battery, okay? For example, do you know the case with Samsung where, the Samsung 7, the phone, explodes or burns, correct?
Yeah.
Burning, which is heat, right? It's heat, correct? It's heat. That's already proof that inside a battery, it is not necessarily electrical energy. It comes up as heat. What?
Yeah.
Have you not seen heat produced by, chemical reaction? You've seen that a few times in the lab.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in regular things as well, like your phone will start heating up if you use it for too long.
For example, obviously there's some electricity going on, obviously, but my point is when the battery is punctured, that's how it explodes, right? It doesn't shoot lightning. Lightning is electrical energy. Okay, I'll give you that. It doesn't electrocute the person holding the phone. It instead explodes. Exploding doesn't sound like electrical energy at all. So the battery, you're a chemistry student, does not store electrical energy. That's common people thinking. That's fine. Right? But as a chemistry student, you must think, okay, it stores something which it uses for electrical energy production. Right? So the technical term is chemical energy. I'm going to immediately explain that. So chemical energy biologically means food lah. I store food lah, simple stuff. In chemistry, we don't learn biology. We learn, things which are not alive lah. So when you say chemical energy, it's very simple. Somebody is going to get consumed. Something is going to get consumed when the battery produces energy. That is the food for battery. And it is inside the battery itself. Okay. Let me explain this even further with a practical application. The normal battery, okay? The normal battery, not the rechargeable battery. I hope you have some experience in this. When those normal battery runs out, it usually leaks. Have you had that experience before? Leaking battery, leaking old battery.
Isn't it very dangerous?
It's dangerous, not electrically, but it's kind of a mild poison lah for small kids. For you, I mean, you won't die lah, but don't touch and don't eat lah. Don't eat lah. You shouldn't be eating battery or whatever comes out of battery lah.
Yeah, I had it as a kid, and my parents would always make sure.
Okay, then a battery leaking is an indication that the battery is consuming itself. Until something runs out and therefore there's a hole, it leaks. It's consuming itself. That's what a battery does. In the process of producing electrical energy, I'm talking about the normal batteries. A battery is not consuming electrical energy. A battery is consuming itself. Please remember that from your practical experience. So far, so good?
I mean, I'm still not very clear where all this chemical energy is coming from.
I will show you immediately. Just remember what I say first at the start. A battery consumes something else. This quote chemical energy. I keep saying to you, a battery consumes itself. I will show you what it means very soon. Okay? Right. Itself. Right. Now, before that, let's go to electrolysis because the chapter is called electrolysis. So they will start with electrolysis, not battery. Okay. So think carefully. Yeah. I tell you, electrolysis is the reverse of battery. Battery is the reverse of electrolysis. So far, so good?
Yeah.
So what do you expect out of this weird sounding thing, electrolysis? What do you expect this process to give you? It's the reverse of a battery.
Yeah. So probably it will gain chemical energy.
Okay, yeah, simple stuff, right? That's called a reverse. Yeah, right, correct. And then what does he need to do its job? The input lah. What does he need?
Electrical energy.
Yes. Now, doesn't that sound a little bit like charging your battery? When you charge your battery, you give him electrical energy. And then as a normal person, you have a concept that he stores electrical energy. As a normal person, you are forgiven. I don't debate one with other people. Yo, bro, that's not correct, man. He is not storing electrical energy. He's storing chemical energy. Then other people look at you when you debate like that. No point. They look at you, you're xiao.
Yeah.
Something. So you don't do that. But you're a chemical student. We need to talk a bit more. He does not store electrical energy. He uses electrical energy to store chemical energy. Whatever that is, which I'm going to show you very soon. Okay, so simple reversal. That's your expectation, no matter what the form and shape, because the form and shape are so various. The whole point is still this thing. Any questions?
No.
Okay, now I will start with the battery. Okay, I don't start with electrolysis, I'll start with batteries.
Yeah, I mean, the only question is what the chemical energy thing is.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to answer. Right now, give me two types of metal. They must be different, right? You have that experience, so please give me.
Iron and gold.
Okay, let's put this as iron, and let's put that as gold, right? That's good. I put them in this shape. They can be in any shape. Okay, they can be in any shape. Here I put a wire. That's just a wire, right? It's a wire, and then the wire is how do I say this? The wire is connected to. Okay, I did.
Sorry, this is something.
Yeah, the wire is connected to your, let's say, your remote. Okay.
Okay.
Just imagine your remote as your controller, maybe your Wii controller or or your PS controller, whatever you get, right? So it's connected to the remote, and then like this. So this is a little bit of a liquid here. It's a bit of aqueous thingy, and then we'll call this, a salt solution. When I say a salt solution, my point is simple. There is a positive and negative things flowing around. That's all. It is not just water. It is water with positive ions and negative ions. Okay.
Wait, what about Bluetooth? How does that work over here?
What Bluetooth? Sorry.
How does Bluetooth work over here? Like this wire thing.
Bluetooth? Why are you mentioning Bluetooth?
Like over here, this wire thing.
Oh, okay. Let me explain what it means. So I'm gonna explain what it means. Okay. So back to the. So let's pretend that your remote, your controller is using the AAA battery, right? I guess it's probably doing that. So how does it work? So this is your. I'm gonna say that this is your controller. So all this thing, right, is your controller or your remote, right? Controller or remote, and then you put in the AAA battery in the controller, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it works. Now, in this picture, I'm going to make it very clear. Yeah? So I'm going to color the battery as red, okay? Red. Now, in the scientific drawing, which is this one, right? This is what I draw. Where is the battery? Very simple. Look at the battery is
on that box thing.
This whole thing. This whole thing is the battery.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that is what I mean by a battery. So for example, the battery has a positive and a negative, right? You shouldn't put it, you should put it in the proper direction, not the other way around. The other way doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So for example, this will be your positive out and this will be a negative out. Right? So in reality, the battery is small. We make it big in our drawing because we need to understand what's inside the battery. The remote in reality is big. We just make it very small. It's a bit misleading that way. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So when I say this is a battery, I really mean what's inside the battery that you cannot see. So let's look at this very carefully. What is inside a battery? 2 types of metal and a salt solution. That's it. That's it.
So when the battery leaks, it leaks out salt solutions.
No. Well, yes, because there's always a liquid thing inside a battery, even though the liquid is like maybe what is it? The liquid is very viscous, but something leaks. So it's not the metal that leaks, it's the liquid that leaks. Because so we need the liquid. Yes, you say?
Yeah, so then the chemical energy is the salt solution.
No. Surprisingly, what is consumed here is one of the metal. We will see very soon. Okay, we will see very soon.
Right.
Remember what I tell you. In metal topic, okay, so the one that we just talked about, there is a very clear reason why.
Are you saying something?
Yes, I did.
Hello.
Lost me. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay, right. Okay. So in the metal chapter, I established something very important. You must understand the perspective of metal. Fe, iron is happy or not?
No.
He wants to be what? What's his life goal?
Fe2 plus.
Or Fe3 plus. He has options.
Yeah.
Au, happy or not?
No.
He wants to be Au2 plus. I just tell you.
He can still be Au, right?
Yeah, because to him, the difference is very little. But for Fe, the difference is quite a lot. The jump down, right? The jump down.
Yeah.
But for a salt, it's positive ion and negative ion. You're a chemistry student. You should know immediately that positive ions and negative ions are happy or unhappy.
Happy.
Correct. Both of them. The positives are happy. The negatives are happy. Simple. So when we say a battery is consumed, it doesn't make sense to say that the salt is consumed. It does not make sense. Because consume means you are changing. Does salt want to change?
No, salt doesn't want to.
So salt does not get consumed. He's there for another reason, not to be consumed. Make sense so far?
Yeah.
Either Fe or Au or both will be consumed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, you're saying?
I don't know how they're getting consumed.
Very easy. No, very easy. Very easy. Fe wants to jump down. He gets consumed that way. That's the word that we use. Fe gets consumed. In his perspective, he is not being consumed. In his perspective, he is reaching his life goal.
Okay.
In our perspective, however, the iron is disappearing. He is changing to Fe2 plus, which is no longer iron metal. No longer.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Why I keep saying Fe gets consumed? Don't Au gets consumed?
Because Au's jump is smaller.
So Au does not jump. He gladly say Fe, you just jump lah. Jump down lah. Be happy. When Fe jumps down and be happy, he releases electron. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because jumping down for the case of Fe is I want to become Fe2 plus or Fe3 plus, so I must release my electron to somebody else. To somebody else, right? So I do that. What does releasing electron sound to you?
Oh, so that's where the electrons from the battery comes out.
That's it. That's all. Simple, right? So what is the chemical energy being consumed? Iron. What's the electrical energy coming from? Well, iron releases electron. That's it. No. Conceptually, that's it. Low. There are more stories behind this, but that's how we start.
But I still have 2 questions.
Yes, please.
Firstly, you said that from our perspective, iron starts disappearing.
Yeah. Right. You may like that, you may not like that, right? Okay, then.
Wait, what
well, do you like it? I don't know. What is it? Well, do you like it when Fe disappeared?
No.
Well,
I mean, it's doing its job, but I don't like it.
So you don't like when the iron in your, let's say you're sitting on a chair, right? Does your chair is fully plastic or there's some iron in it?
I mean, I assume there's some iron inside, but
like the legs, maybe the legs are made of iron, or maybe your table is your table, your table's legs made of iron.
no, it's wood. But my
It's a-
cabinet's door is made of
Okay, iron. Okay, so you wouldn't like it when your cabinet door disappear, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't like it. However, let's say inside the battery there is an iron. And I'll tell you what is inside a battery. But this is already a battery. This is not a nice battery. It's not a very effective battery, but it is a battery. So when the iron inside battery disappear, I bet you are happy.
Yeah.
Not your cabinet door. Yeah. Why? Because you get electricity. That's what you want. To be fair, you're saying?
You can.
To be fair, when your cabinet door disappear, right? He also released electricity, but it's not well designed so that you cannot use the electricity. It just disappear to whatever lah. Right? So you just get no steal, which obviously you don't like. But in the case of battery, it's well designed. You can harness the electrical energy, so you're kind of happy.
Oh, I see.
So the input is chemical energy, meaning the iron inside the battery. The iron gets consumed, then there will be holes in the battery. Things will leak out. Simple stuff lah.
Okay. What about?
However, yes.
What about the gold? What was the point of the gold?
Right. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I'll just tell you in a very non-scientific way. Okay, this is because this is all the stuff. So if this is Fe and Fe, right? You will think, hey, that's good one. Double Fe, double consume, right?
Yeah.
It does not happen. It's extremely weird. It does not happen that way. If you put this as Fe and Fe, the electricity cannot be directed. That's the whole problem. So something like this. So the Fe will kind of be confused, kind of be consumed. This Fe will also kind of be consumed. And then the electricity direction kind of be erratic and chaotic. Therefore, not a good battery. The controller won't like it. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
If you put Fe and Au here, it is very clear. Au don't get consumed. Fe get consumed. The flow is steady that direction. It's like a very well-moving stream. If it is Fe and Fe, then one go here, one go there, traffic jam, controller die. You are not happy playing it. Right? So the Au is there to make sure that the direction is clear, not to be consumed. Make sense?
So they'll just put some. What can't they just put like plastic? Why does it have to be a metal?
Well, if it is a plastic, you cannot flow the electricity through the plastic. The electricity get blocked. Traffic jam. No good. Nothing happen. This makes sense, huh? This makes sense, I hope, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
So this has to be conductor. I mean, metal is conductor, man. This wire is copper. Conductor also, man. The remote, don't say the remote is made of plastic. The inside of the remote are circuits, so metal lah, so will flow also. And the remote consider conductor lah inside the remote, can? Au also conductor, and guess what? The salt solution, conductor or isolator or don't know?
Conductor.
Conductor. That's it. So all these are all conductor. It has to be like that. Now, a few questions from that basic concept, yeah. I want to change the Au. So you get the choice lah. So please change Au to something else.
Copper.
Okay, let's change it to copper. So just the same as wire. There's no problem there. So I change it to copper now. My question is very simple, yeah. If I change it to copper, will electricity flow and will the flow be the same?
Copper is a better electricity conductor, right? So
no, gold is even better. The reason why we don't use gold because it's too expensive. Copper actually loses to gold. Just saying.
Okay.
Right. So, but we don't use gold. We don't. We just don't.
You could potentially buy batteries which use gold.
Inside, yeah. But then, like imagine this for a while. Then how expensive is the battery?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't want to throw it away, you know. Oh, the battery is spent, the iron is spent, you know, you learn chemistry, you know, it's not the gold that's spent. Then you go and look around all the spent battery from your friends, you know, because got gold inside.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's not it. That's not it. So back to the original question: will the electricity flow and which direction?
Um, they will flow in the same direction.
Correct. Because CU look at FE, FE look at CU. Who's gonna jump? FE low, done, finish.
Yeah.
Right. So let's change the. Now you're gonna change metal. That's up to you. Who you wanna change? Who you gonna change?
Magnesium.
Okay, but who are you changing it with? CU or FE?
CU again.
Okay. So change this to magnesium. All right. Then what's gonna happen?
And now it's the other way around.
Right, that's it. Look, because magnesium FE, FE say, yeah, magnesium you jump down. Okay, better lah. Okay, simple lah.
Yep.
This means every combination of metal can be a battery. It's just a matter of how effective or how less effective. How cheap or how expensive, you say?
Sorry. What's the most effective combination?
Oh, it's very simple. If this is possible, I'll tell you why it is not possible. Just take the highest jump, like the one on top, like the one on top, jump.
Group one.
Group one, the lowest part. It's called francium or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's take francium or osmium. I forgot which one. Let's take francium or osmium and then pair it with, let's say, gold or platinum, the lowest jump, Okay. Okay, if that happens, the resulting electricity is, surprise, surprise, just twice the normal battery. Just twice, okay? It's just twice. It's not a lightning power. No, it's not. That's not how battery works. But it is twice. So for example, normal battery 1.5 volt. Do you know this?
No.
Now you know. Whatever that means, it's 1.5 volt. In comparison, your power point is 240 volt, quite enough to kill you. So 1.5 volt is not enough to kill you. You don't get electrocuted by the battery. You see, if you get electrocuted by your normal battery, we don't. We just don't get electrocuted by a normal battery. Not even your phone battery. Not even that. That's just 5 volt. Okay.
Wait, what? One phone battery is 5 volts.
A phone battery is 5 volts because that's what they run off. They run off 5 volts. There's a very.
So it takes 2 hours to charge 5 volts.
Because it's not the volt that only matters, it's also the current that matters. So when you have a fast charger, it's not the volt that goes up, it's the current that goes up. That's physics. If you want to learn this, you go to physics. Just wait for a while, okay?
Yeah.
But what kills people is not just the current, it's the combination of big current and big voltage. Now, since your voltage in the PowerPoint is already 240 volt, it is very easy to reach the necessary current, and then you die very quickly from PowerPoint. So you don't play around PowerPoint.
Yeah.
But battery, you will never get killed. Now, back to the case of osmium, the highest jump, and gold or platinum, the lowest jump. The most you get is 3 volt. That's all. It still doesn't kill you by the electricity. How does it kill you? By exploding. So one more time, the electricity produced doesn't kill you. The explosion might. So the chemical reaction is the problem, not the electrical production. Just like Samsung phone, just like 40 phones. You don't see people get electrocuted by phone batteries. You see people gonna burn or whatever, which is not electrical. That's chemical. So why don't we make batteries from osmium and platinum? Platinum is expensive. Osmium is
rare.
No, it's not just rare. It is super explosive. You learn that in metal chapter. Don't forget.
Oh. Wait, I don't remember learning.
Because you never heard osmium, but you learn about sodium being volatile.
And uranium.
No, it's not. No, then you don't learn uranium in chemistry because uranium is nuclear and nuclear is physics. You don't learn in chemistry.
Oh, okay.
You learn sodium and potassium are explosive. So osmium is much more reactive than potassium. So you can already guess what's going to happen.
It'll explode.
Yeah, it'll explode. If you try to make a battery like that, before you even get the electricity, it will first explode.
But you harness the energy from the explosion.
But not in a way of making electricity. Not in that way. It doesn't. That's not physically practical. Again, that's a physics discussion, or not a chemistry discussion. Right? The chemistry discussion ends when it reacts, it explodes. Can I make use of the explosion? I don't know. Ask physics, something like that. Something like that. Okay. So, what is the most effective battery? It's very simple one. The most effective battery is the cheapest battery. Because instead of producing 3 volt by osmium and gold, right? You just stack 2 battery of the cheap type.
Yeah.
And then you get 3 volt, and it's not dangerous and it is cheap. That's it, that's how physics work. You don't talk about this in chemistry, right?
Yeah, but what's most commonly used?
Very simple. It's very simple. Very, very simple. From the first time it is invented until now, people say, okay, I found a new type of battery. Yeah, the cheapest battery is still zinc and copper. That's it. That's it.
Copper is above zinc.
Yeah, back then is zinc and lead because lead is cheap, zinc is cheap. Lead is poisonous, so we no longer use lead. It's zinc and copper. That's it.
Okay.
From time immemorial until now, the cheapest battery is still zinc and copper, largely because the zinc is cheap.
Yeah.
The copper, you don't need much.
Iron can be
true. But it does matter because, how do I say this? You know the iron rust, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So if you pair zinc and iron, ideally only zinc react, iron doesn't. But unfortunately, iron is, will also want to react. So it becomes a bit haywire.
What? But
so
why?
You go to, because that's how chemistry works. Chemistry is messy. It doesn't go the ideal way one. We don't go the theoretical way only. In practice, when you put zinc and Fe together, they both react. It's very annoying. Then you get a very unreliable electricity. Now, compare with copper. Why copper? Because copper is almost not reactive. That's why they call it, the noble metal, copper, silver, gold. Copper does react, but very little is content.
Oh yeah. So
that's what it means. But we don't use silver. It's better what than copper. Why don't we use silver?
Expensive.
Correct. And why don't we use gold? Even better what? you get the point. And frankly speaking, we don't need much copper. We just need copper there to guide the zinc. We need some, but we don't need a lot. I mean, then why don't we just put silver? Again, same discussion. Yeah, same reason. Even though it's a little silver and a little copper, still more expensive, a little silver, what? Same thing, what?
Yeah.
You don't just willy-nilly put silver, what? Then people buy battery for the silver range, right?
Yeah.
Right? So I hope this is like making some sense from the battery perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the inside of battery. In the end, the inside of battery is just 2 different metals connected by a salt solution, and then the outside connected by whatever device you want to connect. Okay, so far so good. That's a battery. Yeah. Any questions so far? You only learned half the battery. Now let me tell you the other half that you have not learned, so that you will pay attention to that. Now let's go to the practical battery. Okay, so the practical battery is what metal? Again, I told you already.
Zinc and copper.
Right. Why? Because zinc is cheap and copper is the cheapest among the not very reactive metal. Simple reaction, a simple reason. Right?
Is zinc the cheapest metal other than iron?
Yeah, zinc is very weird. Zinc is extremely cheap because there isn't much use. I'll tell you the use later. But you never use zinc too much one. So arguably, iron is more abundant than zinc. By that logic, you should say that, then shouldn't iron be cheaper? But it's very simple. People also want iron more than zinc. Supply and demand. Like for example, there is a, how do I say this? there is 1,000 iPhone, right?
Yeah.
But there are 10,000 people who want iPhone. What happens to the price of iPhone?
It increases.
Okay. However, there is only 10 OnePlus phone. I don't know whether you heard the brand OnePlus. There's only 10. Yeah, but there's only 5 people who want OnePlus phone. Then what happens to the price of OnePlus?
I mean, it doesn't. Does it decrease? I mean, it could stay the same.
No. People pay. The price is not set by you and me. The price is set for whoever is selling and buying. This is economics. Let's say you want to argue like this. A OnePlus is rarer than iPhone. iPhone is 1,000 piece. OnePlus is 10 piece, right? So logically to us, OnePlus should be more expensive. That's our logic, okay?
Yeah.
That's not true in real life because nobody wants OnePlus.
Oh.
That's a hyperbole. Actually, less people want OnePlus than what is available. So there's 10 pieces of OnePlus, but only 5 people wanting to buy OnePlus. So it becomes cheaper.
Yeah.
Like the seller is trying to sell. The buyer, less seller than buyer, if you get what I mean. Then what happens? The buyer wins. What happens when the buyer wins? The price drops.
Yeah.
But now there are 10,000 sellers of iPhone, right? Wanting to sell iPhone. You may think that's a big problem for iPhone. No. There are 10,000 people queuing. What happens? Who wins? The seller? That's just what happened in real life. This is not theory. Okay? So go back to this. Yes? Right. Go back to the battery. Yes, you're saying?
Friends go to like markets in India and so they negotiate and they know whether the thing that's in negotiating about it has more supply, has more demand.
Yeah, correct. If the buyer, if the seller is desperate to sell, and you're a smart buyer, you haggle.
Yeah.
Haggle down because he's desperate. You are not. Can you imagine 5 buyer but 10 seller? What happened? Buyer just hop until he find the seller who can match him. Because seller desperate. But try haggling iPhone. Just try that. But for example, he's selling you iPhone 12 in India. Many people still want iPhone 12 in India, right? You can argue that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You try becoming the seller of iPhone. Then somebody to tell you and haggle you for 70% the price. What do you do to him?
I just don't give it to him.
Yeah. Bye-bye lah. Okay, you can find other people who is willing to sell to you. Not many people. Why? Because there are more buyer than seller. Seller wins. Okay, I hope this makes sense.
Yeah.
So zinc and iron. Iron is more abundant, but there are more people who are willing to use iron because iron is more useful. Iron is better. Zinc has very little use, but battery. Copper is not cheap. Copper is expensive, but we have no choice. So one component is cheap, one component is expensive. Can still take it lah.
Copper is expensive.
Copper is expensive. Copper is rare and not difficult to make. I'm sorry. Copper has many uses. The chief uses is wiring, and we need a lot of wiring.
Yeah.
Now we have to sacrifice some of that wiring into battery. Too bad, there is no better option. So what's the better option last time? Lead. We are no longer using lead because lead is poisonous. Then the battery is not mildly poisonous. The battery is very poisonous, which is bad. Remember, battery leaks and then the lead is exposed and then, things happen.
That makes sense. Maybe third world countries still use lead.
Because not many, regulation and lags and all those stuff, right? So how they prevent that is they just prevent lead mining. They just prevent lead from ever entering the supply. Because the most damage done is to kids. It's always like that.
That's true.
So when kids are poisoned by lead, they become poisoned adults. So they don't die, but they become, this is very sad, yeah? They become less smart adult. They become stunted adult. This is very sad. It's very sad.
Yeah.
So this already happens back in the Roman days. When I say Roman, I mean 2000 years ago. 2000 years ago, lead is already being used. I even tell you lead, some certain of lead tastes sweet. What does that mean? The older, long time ago, they used some sort of lead as sweetener.
Oh my God.
That means they consume lead every day and nobody knows that it is poisonous, because the way lead is poisonous is it takes a long time to build up. And guess what happened to adults who eat too many lead sweetener?
They die or they become more.
No, they become crazy.
Oh.
They lose their mind. Literally, their brain is poisoned by lead. It's not a nice way to die.
Isn't
So
like Mary Curie also died it's like a similar way?
yeah, but that's radioactive. Look, he did.
Yeah.
His daughter, her daughter also like that. Her
Yeah.
daughter. But that's one person. In Roman days, we're talking about one country. So why do we use zinc? Cheaper than iron. Why do we use copper? No less expensive option. The other option has been tried and it is very bad.
Okay.
Now, the last 15 minutes that you asked, those are very good questions. So very practical questions. But in your class, they won't discuss this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm asking.
Right. But you ask because you want to know or because you want to learn something. So I give it to you. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So also your class don't start with battery. Yeah? Your class will start with electrolysis. Now we need to jump to electrolysis. By first, you must answer my one question and you must answer my question. Now, in battery, you know that zinc is being consumed.
Yeah.
Right? So Cu is not consumed, the salt is not consumed. I don't even care what's the salt. Just give me the salt. Okay. For now, I'll pretend that that's true. I'll pretend that I don't care about the salt. Any salt will work. Okay, let's pretend that that's true.
NaC.
Now, NaCl, for example. Now, there are some problems with that, but you will learn why is that a problem in electrolysis. So you need to choose your salt properly, not for consumption, but for effectiveness. Okay, so for example, it's not for consumption.
Yeah.
So now back to the battery. So the zinc will get consumed. So when battery leaks, it will leak out the salt and the Cu will get exposed. If that makes sense. So when I replace Cu with Pb, still the zinc will get consumed, still the salt will leak, but the Pb gets exposed, which is bad. Left Pb left. That's bad.
Wait, what do you mean by exposed? How does that work?
Because when battery leaks, there are actually small holes. It's very simple. So the small holes will make the Cu exposed to the outside. Now it's very simple because the battery, if you hold a battery properly, the plastic covering is very thin one. You can strip the plastic covering very easily. It's more like a paint. The outer covering is usually most likely zinc.
Oh, so it's not really like this.
Yeah, it's not drawn like this. The scientific drawing here is scientific, not practical. Like look at the difference between the real life drawing and the scientific drawing. It just doesn't look the same, right?
Yeah.
No, a real battery doesn't look like this, but this just explain how a battery. So I apologize in the rest. I apologize. They don't dwell on the practical application that much. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I find that to be more interesting. So let's say the outer covering is zinc. So after a while, the zinc gets consumed, and what is being exposed? The salt and the Cu, right?
Yeah.
In our case, that's okay, lah. That's okay. In the case of the Cu is being used, not Cu is not being used, instead of Pb is being used, then that's better. Right. So okay, so that's all the balances and concern in a cheap battery like this. Now, my question is this: since the zinc is been consumed, you know what will happen to zinc? What will happen to zinc? Zinc is reaching his life goal, right?
Yeah. So
what is his life goal?
To be balanced.
No. Don't say the word balance. Zinc will become
Zn2+.
Right. That's not called being balanced, but you still get the right answer. So, and that's the release of the electron, right? Now, from redox, we're referring to our past topic. Like from redox, you know that this cannot be the only reaction.
Yeah. So copper will become.
No. Copper cannot accept electron. Please understand that. It's not going to be copper. Copper, nothing will happen when? Because copper cannot accept electron.
So the salt.
Yes. Which part of the salt will accept electron? Which part?
The Cl.
You mean the negative one. So let's say this is Cl. Right? You mean the negative one, let's say Na. You are wrong. The Cl minus cannot accept electron. First thing first, electron is negative, right? Cl minus is negative. What happens when negative meets negative?
Na.
The plus. The plus will accept the electron and become no longer plus. No longer plus.
So the salt splits up?
Half of the salt already split up by itself into positive and negative, but the positive side of the salt gets consumed. So I was saying the wrong thing. The salt do get consumed, but only the positive side. No? Only.
So you'll have chlorine left?
Kind of, you're correct. There are more complications than this. But I hope, before you continue, I hope this makes sense first. The zinc cannot do its thing without somebody else accepting the electron. This you must understand, you learn from redox. Now you know why electrolysis comes after metal and redox. Now you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you see a battery and electrolysis, both, you must think about two reactions. That is what you must do. Once you do that, everything else becomes easy. You must immediately see it must be this reaction and it must be that direction. There must be two directions. Redox. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, battery done. We go to electrolysis. That means in electrolysis, we expect the zinc to jump up low. So for example, in electrolysis, we expect something like this. The zinc 2 plus receive electron. He is very unhappy, but we get the zinc back.
Yeah.
And what happens in the salt side is very simple. The neutral guy will become a positive and releases electron, something like that. Like, look at this reaction. Isn't this reaction just the reverse of this? And isn't this reaction just the reverse of that? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, Lo, because electrolysis is just the exact reverse of a battery.
So pretty much electrolysis.
Like isn't this using electricity to force things to have chemical energy? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
So
why doesn't you say?
So I don't understand.
Right. So battery.
Yeah.
I have one question for you. Does this happen naturally or not?
I mean, if you put everything together, then yeah.
Yeah. Now let's go to electrolysis. So electrolysis is very simple. Electrolysis is just something like this. I told you, you must think about charging your batteries. You have an empty battery, look, you have a spent battery. In modern rechargeable battery, it does not leak. Please understand. I'm just using, the non-rechargeable explanation, leaking, something is consumed. In a modern rechargeable battery, something gets consumed, but it does not leak. The design is better. Understand? So let's pretend that it's still the zinc Cu battery because it is. Rechargeable batteries are still basically some variation of this. Some. There are other variations, but they make it non-leak. And then you put in electricity in the rechargeable battery in the hopes of reversing everything. That's all. Because when you reverse everything, it becomes a full battery again. Then you can use it again. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So when you put in electricity, you're reversing this and you're reversing that. The same thing here. You're just reversing. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Now, my question is to help you understand, does the reverse reaction happen naturally or automatically? Or
no, it doesn't happen naturally.
It must be helped by electricity.
Yeah.
That's the proof. A rechargeable battery when empty does not automatically recharge. You must plug it in and force zinc to go back up. He is unhappy, but therefore chemical energy. If you want the zinc, yes.
So what about the batteries inside your phone? Is it the same system?
No, it's a very modern battery. The battery inside our phone is a recent invention, very recent. Like we're talking about 20, 30 years ago. So like double your age. But after I'm born, kind of like after I'm born. I'm 40 something, you're less than 20. So when after I'm born, but not before you're born. Right? So it's totally different inside. The principle is still the same. Something gets consumed, and then when you recharge it, something gets reversed. The same thing gets reversed. It's still the same thing. Yeah. But it just uses different components, something like that. Okay. So one more time, when zinc jumps up, he can jump down again, no? If that makes sense, right? That's why we do the rechargeable thing. Yeah. Okay. So whatever the original, look at this forward. Remember, this is oxidation, right? This oxidation, correct? So this is the reduction pair, right? The reduction pair is you must take the positive ion and then force it to accept electron to become a neutral guy, right? Yeah. So this is just the reverse of that, because if one gets reversed, the other guy must also get reversed. That's it. That's all. That's all. Okay. Okay. So that is the basic understanding of electrolysis and battery. If you have no question, then we go into the details. Right. Now, when I now go into detail, this is usually how your teacher starts. Just start directly in the detail. I try not to do that. I try to give you some understanding and context first. Okay. Right. However, we only have 3 minutes left, so I'm not going to do that. Right? Yeah. Okay. So for tomorrow, you have your math homework, so please do that. Right? Homework, 30 minutes. And then hopefully tomorrow, because Kyoko comes in, we'll talk about the integration and differentiation first. Yeah. There will be no homework on electrolysis because you're not ready. It's that simple. Right? Kenya? Yeah. We're not going to talk about organization, so it's going to forget about it for a while because we're only 3 minutes left. Now, in the remaining 3 minutes, I will show you the first detail on electrolysis. This is where your teacher is likely to start. Are you ready? Yep. So, if I draw this on page 8, please look at it. Oh, sure. Now, be very careful in your answering. If I just draw this, do you know this is a scientific drawing of electrolysis or battery? Can you tell? No. Very good. If I draw this too, can you tell this is an electrolysis or a battery? No. Very good. You're right. If I draw this, which the wavy thing means it's a liquid, like aqueous thingy something. Can you tell this is a electrolysis or battery? I have to confirm. Very good. No, you are correct. You cannot. Now watch my last drawing. Here, I put a symbol. The symbol is clearly a battery, correct? That's how you draw a battery. Yeah. Scientifically, you will draw a battery like this, just in physics, correct? One long and one short, right? Yeah. Okay, so I've drawn a battery here. So tell me, is this therefore electrolysis or is this therefore battery? This is electrolysis. Very good, because electrolysis requires electricity. The battery is there to provide. Yeah. So now if I change this now to, to something else, a box, and then the box say, for example, portable fan. Portable fan. Is this a battery or is this an electrolysis? Battery. Yeah, simple, right? How can you tell whether something is an electrolysis or a battery in your own words? If it is giving out electricity, then it's a battery. Yeah. If it's consuming electricity, it's electrolysis. Simple stuff, right? Yep. You're absolutely correct. So now I'm going to start with the battery. Then you already know, you don't have to ask, you don't have to pay attention to other detail to know that this must be electrolysis. Then you start paying attention to detail. So it's not the other way around now. You read the detail first, then you think, oh, this must be electrolysis. No. You see, oh, got battery, okay, like electrolysis. Then you pay attention to the detail. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Now look at this. So this is CC or platinum. So it's the C is graphite, by the way, it's not coal. So graphite. Now, why do I choose graphite, not diamond, not coal? Because carbon can be either three, right? It can be graphite, it can be coal, it can be diamond, correct? When I say C in electrolysis, I mean graphite. Do you have any idea why?
I probably would have like 2 months ago, but I don't remember the difference now. So
Because graphite is conductor.
Okay.
If this thing is not conducting, that means it's insulating, right? It's insulating. Then we cannot, nothing will happen. Understand?
Yeah.
So it's a graphite or platinum, which is a very weird choice because graphite and platinum don't react at all. In electrolysis, I don't put any metal willy-nilly. I don't put any metal willy-nilly. I put things which tend to not react at all here. Not react, but conducting.
Because you're using the same setup for battery, right? Then you can't really use two platinum blocks for battery.
You are totally correct. Now let me explain the limitation of your syllabus and then we end. Your syllabus is not interested in talking about rechargeable battery. So they talk about a totally different case for electrolysis for totally different use. They never touch rechargeable battery. And then when they go to battery, they talk about battery. So they are not modern in that way. They are still relevant. They just don't touch the most modern application. So all the electrolysis application they talk about is still relevant right now. It's just not modern enough. So they don't talk about rechargeable battery. To be fair, rechargeable battery are very complicated to talk about. They cannot probably include that without wasting too much time. So I apologize in advance. I apologize that we are not going to talk about rechargeable battery.
Yeah.
Even though rechargeable battery are electrolysis. Okay, yeah. So you don't expect a similar setup with battery just because they are not interested. Rather, they never have the chance to put it in the syllabus. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So at this point, we don't talk much about electrolysis other than that's not what you expect. And then we will end here for now. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Tomorrow your homework will be?
To do 30 minutes math questions.
Yeah, right. And then I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye, Anesh.